Hey, welcome back to my channel. Do you want to know how to make this delicious baked chicken meatballs with spaghetti? Well, stand by and I will show you how easy it is. Let's go. To make this delicious, nutritious baked chicken meatballs with spaghetti recipe, you're going to need 454 grams of lean ground, or in my case, extra lean ground chicken, which is 1 pound. And all of these ingredients, which I'm going to go through one by one. Okay, to start with, to add to my 1 pound of ground chicken is half a red onion. You can also use a yellow onion. So add that there. Um, Next, we're going to add the panko and milk, and we're going to mix those together to make what is known as a panade. And the panade will keep the chicken balls really nice and moist, and we're going to let that sit for a couple minutes for the panko to absorb the milk. Put that there. Next, let's add in the quarter cup of fresh ground parmesan. Oh, all right. Then we're going to add in one large, actually, in my case, two buds of garlic buds. Drop that in there. Here we have about a quarter cup of regular parsley and fresh basil. And here's the basil plant that I bought today. And I'm going to keep that on hand in my apartment and always going to have fresh basil. So let's just pop that in there. And now, well, our milk, yeah, our milk is pretty much done. So our panade is ready. So let's just drop that in. And I'm telling you, this is going to be so moist and beautiful. They're going to be beautiful, moist chicken balls. Okay. Next, we have one egg. We're going to give it a little bit of a whipping right now. Pop it in. There we go. And a quarter teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And we might drop some olive oil in here, but let's start mixing this up and I'll decide then. So I'm going to get this all mixed up. Okay, to make the meatballs, I'm using just a regular ice cream scoop, and you might want to have a dish or a bowl of warm water or cooking oil, and to keep the meatballs from sticking to your hands, and just roll it out. And you might be tempted to add more breadcrumbs or panko, but don't, because then they're going to be really dry. So I'm going to keep on rolling these little puppies out there for a few minutes, and we'll be right back before we pop it into the oven. So you might have noticed, so they're on parchment paper, and they're going to go in the oven, my oven, for about 25 minutes. And we'll keep an eagle eye on these, and we'll get started on the sauce. I'm going to add in the other half of the onion that I did for the meatballs, and put that into a nice saucepan with 1 tablespoon of extra virgin. And if you like more garlic, let's just saute these a couple of minutes. So our garlic and onions are looking real good. And by the way, so these onions and garlic have been sitting out chopped up already for at least half an hour to release their enzymes and nutrient value. And now we're going to add in 28 beautiful fluid ounces of these crushed tomatoes. And then we're going to fill the can up with about a cup of water just to rinse it out and to liquefy the sauce a bit. There we go. Let's add the cup of water, mix it all up, and then we're going to add in about a good tablespoon of Italian seasoning. So I'm sure everybody has that on hand, and just add that in quite liberally and mix it in. So to that, I'm going to add in about a handful of freshly plucked basil leaves and just pop it in like this and let the aroma set into this beautiful sauce. We're going to bring that to barely a boil for a few minutes, and then we'll be ready to enjoy it. My chicken meatballs are ready and they're staying warm in the oven. My pasta sauce is sitting there nice and ready. Now I'm going to make my pasta. So I have this really handy thing um, that I bought about 100 years ago, and I'm going to make 2 servings of pasta. And I love this thing because it dishes out almost perfectly. And then what I like to do is break it in two, dump it in the water, and be done. And give it a little stir in a minute or two, and then we'll see how it's progressing. And there you have it, my baked chicken balls with homemade pasta sauce. Nothing could be more tasty or easier to make. Try it today.